Good brew that. Good bloody brew. Hello everyone and welcome to what's considered in my eyes a different video, a special video, because thanks to our partners Wahoo and the people at Sweet Spot who organised the Tour Series, we are able to bring you, for the first time ever, Tour Series highlight. Now for those of you who don't know what the Tour Series is, let me take you back, way back when, way back to 2009 when they started the series. So Sweet Spot started this series back in 2009. And it was a criterium series based around teams of 5 riders who would compete over 5 or 6 weeks at 10 different rounds throughout the UK. But the emphasis for this one wasn't solely on, like normal criteriums, you'd race for an hour, whoever crossed the line first would win it, and that would be the end of it. This was all about teamwork. So the results would be based on the first 3 riders across the line for that team. So if you had a rider finish first and then his teammates finished 18th and 19th, and then you had another team who finished, let's say, 2nd, 5th and 8th, then overall the second team would win. So it was aimed more at teamwork rather than it being an individual effort. And also because it was 3 riders, it also meant that you could sacrifice 2 riders, whether that be to drill it at the front to close a gap, to try and create a gap, or if you just had bad luck in the race, if you needed to take a lap out, or if you crashed, or you just got dropped, or you're having a bad day, then it wasn't so bad because you still had another 4 teammates in there to pick up the pieces. And it just worked really well. And it also spawned some amazing racing and amazing races. The UK domestic scene was just littered with class crit riders. Russell Downing, Dean Downing, Yanto Barker, Alex Blaine, Ian Wilkinson, Rob Partridge, Graham Briggs, Ed Clancy, John Mould, Ian Bibby, Chris Opie, Tom Stewart. Like all the main riders that you see nowadays in the UK scene developed their craft on the Tour Series. And it was the thing to win. All the teams in there were there to win it. They weren't making up the numbers. Nowadays you see wildcard teams, or you see teams with... See, back in the day, every rider on every team was, from what I remember, was a professional rider. Nowadays you look at it and you've got a lot of professional riders right at the front. Then you have these semi-pros who are like your Cam Jeffers who are not earning a living from cycling the bike, but are either studying or have other sponsors that allow them to go and race. And then you've got those people that just race and then they go back to their day job. So you've got a huge variety of capabilities and riders in there. But back in the day, it was everyone was a pro rider. Everyone was there to win it. Everyone was capable of winning it on their day. So it made for this massive part of the UK season where it was just Tour Series. And everything was focused around that, and it was just one of the biggest events within the UK. And like I say before, it lasted for around 6 weeks. Nowadays, they've condensed it down to 2 weeks. They've shortened it up to 7 rounds. Both men and women are racing all rounds throughout this year. And the rules are slightly different now. For the women, it's still 3 riders across the line will be considered for the results. However, for the men, 4 do. And also, you can't take a lap out. So if you puncture, or you get dropped, or you have a mechanical, you can't just take a lap out and then go again. You're out. So it really plays into the hands of lady luck, I guess. You've got to be strong, you've got to be consistent, and you've got to hope that you don't suffer any bad luck and you can get 4 riders across the line. Hopefully now you're all up to speed with the Tour Series. If you've already seen the highlights on ITV, then why don't you just sit back, relax, enjoy them with some alternative commentary. And if you haven't, then enjoy as we head over to our commentary team of Chris Pritchard on his own at this computer. Hi Chris, warm welcome everybody to the 2019 Tour Series sponsored by OVO Energy. I can't keep that accent up for that long. Here we go. First round from Redditch. The ladies are up first, and right in the middle of the screen there you can see the National Championship jersey of Anna Henderson, who's riding for Brother UK Tifosi. The ladies are off at 5:30 in the evening. The first lap is always neutralised, so you don't need to worry about smashing it too hard. This ain't Zwift racing. They've all got to get into it nice and steady, but when the bike pulls away and the flag drops for the first lap, you know it's going to be on. Easy time to get a little bit of TV time there from Team Bree, so there you go. We're going to get straight into the action now. 15 minutes into it, and Anna Henderson is dictating the pace. She's ripping it apart, and this is probably the hardest part of this course. It turns left and goes up a draggy little climb with about, I don't know, 100 metres to go. It starts to flatten out. So the sprint isn't going to be won on the flat towards the finish. It's going to be won on that little hill there. 15 minutes into the race now. Anna Henderson's going to take the first place for the first sprint of the evening. Jo Tinley's going to take second. Jess Roberts in third. Rebecca Durrell in fourth, I believe, there. And already Anna Henderson has put a decent gap in, and the peloton is strung out all the way down there as they head into this very technical chicane. All the way through there. Oh, he knows it. And then we're heading down to the back part of the track here, where it drops all the way down into a left-hander, and then it goes along the back of the track where it's nice and flat before it heads back up that hill. So there you go. Anna Henderson got a pretty commanding lead now. Does she wait for those riders who are behind her and then get some support and press on and stay away from that peloton for the rest of the night, or is she just going to go solo? Well, right, well, there's your answer. Jess Roberts has closed that gap. Anna Henderson is driving these two up this hill. Is Jess Roberts going to come round her for the second sprint of the evening, or is she going to let Henderson take it? We'll soon find out as they come around this left-hander. Henderson's out of the saddle. Jess Roberts going to let her take that as she takes full points for the first two sprints. And look at that, they've got the full length of that straight before anybody is even in the same picture. So they've got a massive lead. There is no way on God's green earth that they should ever relinquish that lead. They should stay away forever. These girls here are not going to be working hard to try and catch those two. It's just a two-horse race for the overall win for the first position. However, it is a team game, and the first three riders over the line will count towards those results. So these riders here in that peloton have to start thinking about exactly where their teammates are and how their teammates are feeling. Up here, though, it's just a two-horse race. It's just two ladies against each other, smashing it for the win. Henderson cleaning out her nose. She obviously wants to keep those airways nice and clean. Is she going to come through and do a turn? Yeah, she is. Roberts soft pedals there and lets her come through. Who's it going to come down to? As I say, these two riders are going to stay away now. There's no way on earth that they should ever get caught. Because you can see the peloton here, the main bunch of the peloton just going around that left-hander at the bottom of the course. And these two are already getting ready to turn left. Sorry, what? Right, have they lapped them? Nah, they haven't lapped them. Look, and now they realise, Jess Roberts realises that the whole peloton have just caught these two riders because they've dilly-dallied about. I don't know why they haven't pressed on. I don't know if they've been tired, but now they seem to be working. Now they seem to want it. Henderson is driving it up the hill. Jess Roberts is just sat on that wheel. Now, if Jess Roberts knows what's good for it, she's just going to sit on that wheel and pop round right at the end, because Henderson's working hard up that hill. Coming into this last left-hander, Henderson takes that way too wide, allows Roberts on the inside. Roberts is just going to sit there, drive it to the line. Henderson's got nothing left, and I think Jess Roberts needs to thank Henderson for that victory, although the overall team victory is going to go to Anna Henderson's team of Brother UK Tifosi. Second place is going to go to Team Breeze, and the rest of the riders are all coming over the line right now. Team Breeze takes second position. Individual results, Jess Roberts takes first, Henderson second, Rebecca Durrell in third. Rounding out the top 10 is Caitlin Peters for Story Racing. Sprint's jersey goes to Anna Henderson, of course. She finished first, and then the last time when it really counted, she finished second. And then a teammate there, she takes some flowers for... I have absolutely no idea why she took some flowers home. Maybe she was the most generous rider. But these girls here, they take home the green leaders jersey. Brother UK Tifosi are taking those into round 2 at Motherwell. Team Breeze second, Chimpanzee Velo Performance in third, Story Racing fourth, and then the rest of them just making up the numbers 5th to 10th. Let's move on to the men. Alright, here we go. The men are off. And forgive me, boys, I don't know who you all are, but I'm going to try and name check as many of you as I can. There's some big hitters in this one. Alex Payton, John Mould, Steve Lampier, Connor Swift. So the biggest teams in this race are clearly Canyon DHB powered by Bloor Homes, Madison Genesis. But it's the team of Saint Perrin who are taking this up at the front. I think this is the first sprint, and I think that's Steve Lampier. The old dog still has a lot of life left in him as he takes the first sprint. No one even challenges him. Good work, Lamps. That's awesome. In third place there, you'll see Connor Swift, Alex Payton in fourth position there. You've also got Swift Carbon in there as a team, and then some others. I'm struggling to know what all these teams are. However, Lamps is driving it at the front here. You got the Vitus rider right next to him, and there's Andy Tennant. Look at him. Connor Swift attacking up this little rise here, taking one of the Canyon riders with him. Potentially Hennessy there. Could be Jacob Hennessy. And they're driving it at the front. One rider's already been lapped. So, you know, if you've been lapped, if you've dropped a lap on this, that's it, you're done. It's time to just pack up and go home. The Madison Genesis rider now and the Canyon rider here on the front, Alex Payton, they're just going to sit there and let those riders ride off into the distance. Swift keeps his attack going. The rest of the riders do catch him up. However, he takes the sprint points at 30 minutes. Lamps takes it in second position, so Lamps is going to be leading overall currently. But let's see what happens later on in the race. We've got half an hour of this race still to go, and the peloton seems to be working relatively well together. In there also, let's give him a shout out, is Cameron Jeffers. He's in there somewhere, working his butt off. But look at this. This is what sets Connor Swift apart from everybody else. He's pressed on from that sprint. Lamps is not going to chase him. Then you've got a Madison rider behind Lamps who's going to refuse to do any work. So unless Lamps sits up and brings someone else through who wants to work, then Swift is just going to get away with this. And you can see Lamps, he's too cool for school. He ain't gonna chase it. He knows he ain't gonna chase that. And this is what happens when people don't chase. Connor Swift takes the next sprint at 45 minutes, and with it just takes a huge lead from everybody else, and now he's just out there on his own. Swift Carbon rider there at the front trying to get some points, but it's the Connor Swift show right now, and he's just going to drive this out. So now he doesn't have to worry about team tactics. He doesn't have to worry about the rest of his team. He's going for the win, and that's that. The rest of the team, though, they've got to be working. They've got to be thinking smart. It looks like a lot of riders here are going to get lapped. So you've got Lamps taking second place again in the sprint. You got his teammates there. Potentially Jeffers is one of them. I can't tell. But there was a huge gaggle of riders that got lapped. I saw Dan Bingham in there as well. So it just shows you how hard these races are when the likes of Dan Bingham, such a strong rider, such a strong performance in the Tour of Yorkshire, he gets lapped. Here goes Connor Swift up the hill for the last time by the looks of it, cheered on by the crowd who found shelter under that bridge. That's where the biggest crowd was of the evening by far. All the way up here, driving it. He knows he's got it. He knows he's won it. And as he rides off into the distance, not only does he ride off to the victory, he's going to ride off into a brand new contract at Pro Continental level. What a boy. What a boy. Here he comes over the line. He could sit down, have a brew, get himself warm. There he goes. Connor Swift takes the victory. Not even another rider in the same straight as him. Brilliant ride. Absolute quality. But look at this. This is what happens in a Tour Series race when there's places up for grabs and there's people close by each other. It gets brutal. You got Tennant there. I want to say that's Matt Ohms. No, Tom Moses. Tom Moses. I want to say that's Tom Moses for Madison Genesis there. Could be totally wrong, but I'm going to go for Tom Moses. Tennant let it out, went round that corner, blew his back doors off. So he's not going to get involved in that sprint. Madison Genesis looks like they're going to take a 1-2 here. It is Tom Moses. I thought it was. John Mould coming over the line with the rest of the peloton here by the looks of it. And see, that's where I haven't a clue what's going on there, but thankfully I don't need to worry about it. Swifty took the win, Moses in second, Tom Nancaro took third for No Pins race team, Will Brown for Ribble in fourth position. Swifty does his hair. Did you win that? Yeah, I won that, mate. Are you sure? Yeah, that's why I've got the red jersey on. Are you sure? Yeah. Jake Hennessy takes the victory of the flowers. He takes the flowers. He won the flowers. And then Tom Moses, freezing his nads off, gets to spray some champagne when all he wants to do is go home. You notice that there's a rider missing there. Jim Pym there, look. A rider missing there was Tobin Horton. He was just too cold to get on the steps afterwards. Madison Genesis take it. Canyon DHB in second place. Fetus Cycling in third. And Saint Paran in fourth position. Let's move on to Motherwell. Alright, round 2. And can you believe it? Would you funk it? We're in Scotland and the sun is shining. Round 2 is from Motherwell. And the ladies are going to get the action underway again. You've got the green leaders jersey there for the Brother UK Tifosi team. There's a huge gaggle of them. They stand out like a sore thumb now. They've got that green jersey on. And because Anna Henderson isn't in this race, Jess Roberts takes that sprinter's jersey from her. So she's not going to be in that Team Breeze kit. She's going to be in the slightly different, but still red, Iceberg sprinter's jersey. First sprint after 15 minutes. I don't know who took it, I'll be honest. I wasn't concentrating, but there you go. That looks like Jess Roberts at the front, powering it along. And then behind her, you got that Brother team chasing it down. And then as we come up to the line for the next sprint, I'm going to say that's Joe Tinley there at the front, Jess Roberts, followed by a guest rider from Team Scotland. Woohoo! No one's going to be working for this. They're going to allow Jess Roberts to take that sprint because they're all going to be working together to try and stay away from that peloton. But again, just like round 1, there seems to be huge gaps in the peloton, and these 3 riders seem to have just got away. Back in that peloton, I know that Katie Archibald is in there. I think she's on 4th wheel there. There she is. And these girls are coming over the line to pick up the pieces for the next sprint. Behind all these. Move! Just move a little bit. Please, just let me see what's going on here. There you go. Maybe that was Joe Tinley. I'm sorry, Joe. Or Joe's teammate, whoever it was. I don't know. It's too hard to recognise these people. Just stop and let me see who you are. Tight left-hander, fast left-hander there. And did you see that it kind of cut across maybe 3 different kinds of road surface there? We're coming up to the line here. This is a drag all the way up to this line as well. So these sprints aren't easy sprints. This is not a sprint for Pritchard to take. This is a real difficult sprint. Jess Roberts takes 2 from 2 though. Elizabeth Bennett, I am so sorry that I called you Joe Tinley earlier because Joe's clearly in this group. My apologies if you watched this video. Katie Archibald there, like I say, she stands out like a sore thumb. You can just tell exactly. Same with the Brother John. Both stand out like a sore thumb. Not only are they bloody good bicyclists, but their style and their... yeah, I can just... Maybe I've just seen Katie train so much that I know what she looks like, maybe. Team Breeze over the line there. Team Scotland over the line with 2 riders. I don't think it's going to be enough for them to take the victory. Let's have a look at those results. Every place counts as well in this game. You know you've got a sprint, even if it's for 58th place. Ah, look at that slow-mo. Jess Roberts has time to get her hands up in the air from Team Scotland rider Nia Evans. I was going to say Nia Evans, but I wasn't too sure. Nia Evans takes 2nd. Elizabeth Bennett in 3rd for Velo Performance. Katie Archibald 4th. Also for Team Scotland, the guest riders. But there you go. Jess Roberts takes the flowers, takes the 1st place overall victory, and extends the lead in her sprinter's jersey quest, which looks exactly the same as a Team Breeze kit, just a bit redder and says Iceberg on it. Team of the evening, Team Breeze. They take 1st position thanks to that effort from Jess Roberts. Back in the green jerseys there as they move on to round 3 up in Edinburgh. It's not in Edinburgh, it's in Aberdeen. Moving on to the men now. On the right hand side there, you've got Wheelbase looking very resplendent in that bloody bright yellow. On the left hand side, you've got the team of Madison Genesis in that green jersey. Joey Walker's in there. Canyon, DHB, powered by Blowhomes, chasing down those Madison boys. Lamps is coming over the line for the first sprint. He's extending his lead now in the sprinter's jersey after Connor Swift has moved on to pastures new. He vacated that position of first place and allowed the old man of the am I allowed to say that? The old man of the peloton, Steve Lampier, to take that leader's jersey. Exciting to see someone with so much experience take it to these youngsters and just prove to them that Tubbs. Tobin Orton went down bloody hard then. Took one of the St. Piran riders down with him, and that Ribble rider just panicked and hit the front brake, but he's clearly broke his collarbone there. Tubbs, I'm gutted for you, man. That is rubbish, because I know how hard you work for this one. I'm gutted, mate. Absolutely gutted. Driving it on the front now is Andy Tennant. The guy from St. Piran there is Matt. I don't know his surname, but it's definitely Matt. And he's taking it to these boys. Look at this. You've got at least 10 or 15 professional riders behind that kid there. And he's in there. And he's making them work. Good lad pulls over to the side, lets Tennant come back through. You've got a Ribble rider just behind Tennant as well. Not really spoke too much about Ribble in the first round. Joey Walker's in there for Madison Genesis. Again, those Madison Genesis riders in that green jersey, standing out like a sore thumb, really helping us see where they are. Is this John Archibald on the attack here, potentially? Again, I'm sorry if... I don't know who it is. Who's going to take it? Is that a Dooley cycle rider there? No idea. Literally no idea who's just come over the line then. This lad here though, that's Matt. So you got 4 riders up the road now, 4, potentially 5. That looks like John Archibald. I'm committing to that. Archibald in first place. Canyon in second. Is that Joey in third? Coming over the line, taking the sprint is Jacob Hennessy. Sprinting hard, driving hard. Oh, go on, lad. He has absolutely blitzed them to bits. Walker in second. Best result there. St. Piran rider, that Matt guy. He's finished in 4th position. Mega result from him. Joey will not be happy with that. But, hey, what are you going to do about it? Some more sprinters. Like I've said before, you've got to sprint for every position. Normally, once a sprint's done, you're just rolling over the line. But here, one place could make all the difference. Hennessy there with the victory. Joey Walker in second. Alex Payton in third. Matt Noel. Remember that name. Noel. Remember that name. Jacob Hennessy receives flowers from that man there. Well done, Jacob. He takes the win. Joey takes some more flowers. Hey, that's Gary Look from Scotty Cycling. Oh, that's nice. I've not seen him for a long time. Lamps there. He looks about the same age as him. And Canyon DHB, powered by Blowhomes, moves into the green jerseys now. They get 1 bottle of champagne between them. Such is the budget now of the Tour Series that they can't give all the riders a bottle of champagne. But hey, these are professional athletes. Now let's take a look at that sprint with our power overlay just to see how Jacob Hennessy won that sprint and how much power he had to put out to actually achieve it. 14, 15, 16, 1600 watts, 1400 watts, 18 watts a kilo, driving up a hill at 54 kilometers an hour. That was unbelievable. Mental. That's what it takes to win a sprint in the Tour Series.